And a leader must be able to keep his or her own counsel until the proper time. What does that mean? Is that we need to know when to speak and when not to speak. Sometimes when things are being birthed and God is birthing something, we need to just speak about it in-house and pray about it in-house. Even Jesus, for the sake of being able to fulfill the 3 years of his earthly ministry without being crucified before his time, said after he healed people, "No, don't go tell someone. Don't tell them I did this for you." I'm not calling us to a secret society. I do not believe in secret societies. I believe they're of the devil. But what I am saying is that God is birthing something. And we've got to be tough-minded. We might be criticized. Okay? So the things I look for in leaders, to get leaders to the place of being on an emerging team is this: do I see a constructive spirit of discontentment? And that was my number one criteria from God when I invited you. He told me to look for people like that. Okay? Is anyone listening? Do people listen to you? And I believe in this room people listen to you. I believe you are respected. I believe you have caught the vision. And you will continue to catch the vision as it grows. You take responsibility. And I believe you'll finish the job, and we are tough-minded. Just some things to think about as we conclude this little talk. Faith is fearless. Okay? We've got to just put fear behind us. Okay? Faith and fear are incompatible.
They're opposites.
Yeah. They don't exist in the same world. In fact, the Bible tells us not to fear. Because fear attracts, fear attacks, not bad spelling here, fear attacks the foundation of our relationship with God, our faith. So the moment we start fearing, even if we think we're organizing something and we fear what we're organizing, that attacks the foundation of our relationship with God, which is faith. So what do you do when you start fearing? Because fear will break down what God wants to do in faith. We start speaking out faith words. One of the names the Bible gives for the devil is Beelzebub. Does anybody know what Beelzebub means? Lord of the Flies. Okay, so go ahead, swat the flies, it's quite okay. But anyway, Lord of the Flies. So in other words, the devil and his hosts are attracted to decay. And the devil and his flies, the Lord of the Flies, I mean, I don't know, we had a few flies here the other day. I just opened the windows and they came in. I'm trying to eat my dinner and there's a stupid fly that wants to sit on my hand all the time. How irritating. It's not like having a house pet. It's irritating, okay? And that's the devil. The devil is attracted to fear, and he and his flies will come in and sit on us if we are fearing stuff. So, like faith, fear is a substance in the spiritual realm. So we understand that faith is a substance. Fear is also a substance. Faith attracts God. Fear attracts the devil and his flies. Okay? And in conclusion, I want to say this, that we have a superior reality. Our reality is more real than this earth. Faith is more than hope. You know, I know God can do it, but so does the devil. And that is hope. For a person who has faith, nothing is impossible. And that is what God is calling us to. Fearless, courageous leadership with audacious faith, believing God that nothing is impossible. Folks, it's not illegal to grow our faith. We're not growing marijuana here, okay? It's not illegal to grow our faith. It's not wrong to seek for signs. It's not wrong to seek for God's power to come to this earth. It's not wrong to ask for an increase of miracles. And I really believe that the church God wants us to be is a church that knows how to pray down God's power out of heaven onto this earth. Let's think of a car. It could have several hundred horsepower, but the car would go nowhere until the clutch is released, connecting the power contained in the running motor and transferring that power to the wheels. It's the same with our faith. We have all the power of heaven backing us. Isn't that incredible? All the power of heaven backing us in this. Faith takes what is available and makes it actual. So faith takes all that available power in heaven and it makes it actual. And that's where we need to get to a place of praying down God's power, the realities of heaven, onto this earth. We can't go ahead and do the same thing that is already being done. That's not vision. We've got to do God's thing now. Not saying nobody else is doing God's thing, but for us, what God's putting in our heart, that holy discontentment for the status quo. Now, and I really do see big things. I see big things for every single one of us in this room. I see big things for God's kingdom. And I think we've got to think big. Expose ourselves to big things. Going to New Wide exposes us to thousands of people worshipping together. Going off to the GLS Summit exposes us to different mindsets from all around the globe. And it's about just catching